everybody needs to get the seed oils, the refined carbs, and the sugar out of their diet. This is non-negotiable, and it's the most difficult thing because it's the most addicting and it's the most dominant non-food drugs that are in everybody's pantry and freezer and refrigerator and in the drive-through. Every time I drive past McDonald's, they're wrapped around the building and the drive-through, no matter what time of day it is. It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
I know I have like confirmation bias because I haven't eaten McDonald's in like 20 years. But it's unbelievable to me. Like this is, with social media, like all the videos showing how the seed oils are made and how the chicken nuggets are made and the potatoes and how the potatoes are made and how they're grown, the Bill Gates style potatoes, all the chemicals sprayed on it. They have to spray the potatoes and let them sit in a warehouse for days to purge the toxins out of it before anybody can handle them because they're so toxic. All of that is it's not privileged information anymore. It's not a secret. It's everywhere. Everybody knows this. And worst of all, now it's not even economically feasible. You can't like just say, "Oh, I eat McDonald's because it's cheap." I mean, McDonald's.
It's not.
If you like at this point, no one who goes through a drive-through has any business saying that my lifestyle is too expensive. I spend like $9 a day on my food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They probably spend $20 in the drive-through for one meal. That is
absolutely
unreal to me. That people are still in that drive-through. That just speaks to the power of the addiction, and that's the problem that we have in this space. We're trying to bring humanity back from this abyss that we're standing on the precipice of, that they're all helplessly addictive to drugs that are marketed as food. So they don't even, like people laugh at me when I compare the food to heroin. And I've lost friends because they've lost family members to heroin. And when I compare the food to heroin, it triggers them, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I mean, go to a Walmart and look around. It's worse than heroin. Exponentially more people die from diabetes than all other drug overdoses combined.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at what diabetes really is, it's a sugar overdose. It's just basically an overdose of sugar. It's a chronic long-term overdose of sugar. Whereas like, if you overdose on heroin, it's an event. But if you're overdosing on sugar, this is, a lifetime of degeneration in your health and until you're dead. Way earlier than you should die, and way more horribly than you need to. It's an awful way to die. So I would first and foremost just encourage everybody just to get off of those processed foods, off of the seed oils and the refined carbs. I don't care how long humans have been eating refined carbs. It's not nearly long enough to affect our evolution. Thousands of years, thousands of years. We've been eating meat for like 3.5 millions of years. And we're most of the time in that period for at least 2 million years, we were eating almost nothing but meat. I mean, the Israeli study shows that we were hyper-carnivorous apex predators for 2 million years before agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
And when they study the stable nitrogen isotopes of the collagen in long bones and human remains, it's showing that we ate primarily meat all the way back for millions of years. And we've only been eating these agricultural products for like 19,000 years tops. It's a blink of an eye in our evolutionary timeline. So, a lot of people saying, let's just go back to eating sourdough bread, and why, how did we eat bread back in the, how did our grandparents eat bread or whatnot? And I'm like, they still had relatively high, not levels that we see today, but there was still a lot of heart disease and cancer. Like my grandfather had a heart attack at 42. So, and this is before the explosion of seed oils and all of these things that caused this really bad chronic health epidemic that we have today. So it was still around back then, just not quite as bad, but there was still something kind of wrong back then even. So that would be my advice. Just start there. It's the easiest. It's not easy, but of all the things that you can do, it's the easiest, and it's the safest way to transition into a healthy lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And then after you start seeing the benefits and everything, that's the thing about about us. Like we're so almost obnoxious about the way we feel, because like we used to feel the way most of these people feel, and now we feel good. And most people don't know what it feels like to feel good because they're so used to feeling bad. So when you feel it, you're like, oh my God, you got to do this. Like, and I don't do that anymore, but I used to be obnoxious like that. I'm like, I can't tell you how good I feel. And they're just like, you want me to give up pasta? And
You
you know,
crazy?
and I'm like, but if I could flip a switch and make them feel the way that I feel, and then flip the switch back off and make them feel the way they felt before, they would beg me to turn it back on.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't do that for them. The only way for them to do it is to actually give themselves 3 to 6 months not eating any of the garbage and find out what it really feels like to start to feel good, start to feel healthy. Because the body has an incredible capacity for normalizing discomfort and pain and sickness. They don't even realize it. So, but the drug is extraordinarily powerful, and the fact that they're not even aware that they're addicted, they're not even aware that they're consuming drugs, is almost an insurmountable obstacle. It's a daunting task, and the only thing that we can do is just keep putting the information out there. And if we can bring one person back, or even like maybe a handful of people back, that's all we can do. And we have to be satisfied and content that we could just do that, because it's the societal pressure and the addiction is absolutely enormous. It takes enormous presence just to realize that you're an addict, and then you have to go out into society full of addicts who want you to be addicts with them, and who won't really take too well for to you not eating the garbage with them, not drinking the alcohol with them, not participating in their self-destructive lifestyle events. There's barely a month goes by where there's not an event or a holiday that you're not expected to just gorge yourself on garbage and smash alcohol. And then even if you can get to that point, having the presence to be around the harmful things and not just mindlessly, unconsciously shove your face into them. It took me a while just to get to that point where I knew I couldn't eat them, but I wouldn't even think about it. I just see like blueberry cheesecake in front of me and just smash it. And then later on, I'm like, why did I do that for? That took an enormous amount of presence and awareness to get to the point where I look at that blueberry cheesecake and be like, don't you dare eat that, because you're going to hate yourself afterwards. It's enormous. It's an enormous uphill battle. And,
Mm-hmm.
like all we can do is what we're doing now is just put the information out there and set the example. Um, Sometimes that's not even enough, because a lot of people will stand in front of me and look at me and say, I can't eat the way you do. I would have a heart attack. Literally been told that before, and it's unreal. It's unreal.